Okay. Hi. Hi, chat. Oh shit, my model's not working. This is my mocap. Why are you not connected? Hang on. Oh cool, it changed the fucking thing. Okay. That working now? Yeah, it's working now. Let me just calibrate real quick. Calibration complete. Okay. For those who don't know what we're doing today, we are modding. I'm trying to port over some Halo 3 maps into Halo Reach because I want to make a custom firefight map. And in order to do that, I need to. He lies. I will not take this. I will not take this. No. You are going to resend that. Fuck. I'm going to. I'm trying to mod some Halo 3 maps into Halo Reach for firefights specifically. I do want to try and do some Halo 3 ODST maps and maybe Halo 4, but Halo 3 seems to be the easiest. I think Halo 2 also works, but I'd have to redo the textures on those because those don't look too good. Nope, lucky cute. So many lies so quickly. How could you do that? I believe there is documentation on how to set up a map as a firefight map. So we're going to do that. I'm also going to boot up Halo MCC so I can see what maps we've got to work with. But I did port over the control room from Halo 3. I ported over the final mission of Halo 3 into this. So it works for the most part. It looks good actually with all the lighting. I might have to tone it down a little bit so it doesn't look too shit. I don't know why this is so much darker than everything else. I might have to smooth out all the surfaces. But for the most part, the lighting works, except for one small issue. That is this. What to you too? I don't know why, but something here is emitting a blinding light. It's not the entrance. It's not the doorway because that's not where most of the light is coming from. And besides, if it was the doorway, the sun would have to be from that angle, but it's not from that angle. I don't know what's causing. Plus, it's also super bright in here, which it shouldn't be. I don't know what's causing this super bright light to happen. I might need to consult with the elders on the Discord to see why, but for some reason, like, even just here, it's a bit bright. Maybe it is the doorway. Give me a sec. I'm gonna look at the Blender file. Open up a separate one. What if I replace the seam? I'm going to go into edit mode. Let me show you Blender. I'm going to edit this seam to be a physical object. Make sure that's the only part I've got selected. Yep. Okay, let's duplicate, separate by selection. Actually, instead of doing that, there's something I haven't selected. Little spot down here that I didn't get. That should be all of it. Yep. Yep. So let's select by selection. Let's remove by selection. Go to this. I'm going to change this to structure. I'm going to change, I don't know, change this to something. What does this use? Ziggurat floor. Main body. Do that. Okay. Now that that's there, I'm going to save this as a separate file so I don't overwrite the original. Back. Save as. Now we're going to export this. I hope I didn't also do lighting. Otherwise, this is going to take a while. Also, thank you for the what, Rocco. I have some pink lemonade with me. It's really good. But yeah, so I'm gonna block off the light. Let's look at some Halo 3 maps. Grab. How dare you? I didn't forget this time to do that. Making sure. I also have to make sure YouTube is behaving because I'm now doing the same format on YouTube. I drink liquid. It's not lemonade, it's pink lemonade. It's like lemonade, but with strawberry to enhance the flavor. I don't know what the strawberry's for. The strawberry's just there. It tastes good there. Let's look at some Halo 3 maps. What could we do for Firefight? Because we could choose a campaign mission from Halo 3. That's so many to choose from. I wouldn't mind the storm. There's also Halo 3 ODST I can take from. They're mostly already Firefight maps, though. I need to look at the documentation of how Firefight maps work, because I could either do that, or I could just use Halo, or I could just use basic scripting to kind of make my own Firefight maps. Halo modding Firefight documentation. Combat Evolved Firefight. I'm pretty sure I can script my own thing to do it, where it's just like every round it has a separate way. It has a separate wave. It spawns in random enemies. Guides. That's the Firefight guide. Reach doesn't have a Firefight guide, so I'm going to assume that Halo, Reach, and ODST have Firefight setups, the same ones. Seems to make sense. It makes sense to me. I'm reading through this, and it seems to be, my brain seems to be braining. There are also multiplayer maps we could take from Halo 3. Construct, Epitaph, not Guardian. Guardian's way too small. Last Resort would make a great Firefight map. Narrows could be okay. Sand Trap could be pretty good. I want to port the Elephant from Halo 3 into Halo Reach, but I don't know how to do, what are they called? Suspension. And Treads. Snowbound could be, actually, I wouldn't mind doing a Snowbound map. The Pit, Valhalla, maybe Valhalla. I think I've already ported Valhalla over. It's just a matter of doing the lighting. Rat's Nest wouldn't be too bad. Avalanche might be a bit big. Ghost Town would be pretty good for a close quarters firefight map. I want to do Orbital. Yeah, I'll show you guys Orbital. This is a map I really want to do. Okay, all the lighting is gone for the map. But now there's a wall where the door used to be in the thing. Okay, it's already light mapping the map I did. This is the map I want to do for Halo Reach. I want to put doors in front of these and spawn enemies so they come out of here like this and they'll roam around the map. Because I think this would make a great firefight map for Reach. Honestly, I've been modding so much Reach, I can't really do any other Halo game. I've been enjoying modding Reach way too much. I'm pretty sure that's not a forgeable door. That's a door that gets open and closed by a button, though. But I think this would make a great firefight. It'd be really cool if I could get, like, elites and jetpacks. Jetpack elites to run past here as, like, a out-of-bounds thing. I wanted to use this for a campaign mission at one point. But I'm pretty sure this isn't like a military facility. I'm fairly certain this is just a random ass. I'm pretty sure this is just a random ass prison or something. Although they did use this at the end of Halo 3 ODST. But I think this would be a great map for firefight. Except for the fact that you could hide in here and enemies can't push you.
Upon request, all customers are
The
required
whoosh
to
sound.
present their valid national identification papers to Orbital Elevator Authority personnel.
Yeah, see, they talk about authority. I want to change this. I want to change like the lore of this map to be a frigate. Because I want to make a map where you fight in a frigate. All I can think is because like these areas, I could set up doors in front of these. There could be so many spawn points. There's one there. One there. Ah. One over there. One here. So that's 4 already. 5. 6. 6 spawn zones. I think 6 is it. Yeah, there's 6 areas where I could have AI spawn in. You don't notice it, but the outside is so flat. Oop. Oh no. Bungie fucked up, chat. I could see the thing. Oh no, chat. Is that the downstairs level? Oh, it is. I think that's the downstairs. Right, because there's a thing down there.
Trash receptacles have been placed around the facility for
Yeah, there's a thing down here. Why can't you see it from above? That's so weird. That's like misaligned in game. Let's see how the light map has been doing.
transporting hazardous materials.
Oh, did it fail? Oh, it failed. I ran out of memory. This is what happens when you run out of memory when light mapping.
Children must be monitored at all times.
This is what happens. Everything becomes like a checkerboard. Let's lower the amount of cores I need to light map. Oh, because using medium. We'll set it to direct only. And leave it at that. That should be enough to be done without having to struggle. This map could be really good. I could also do Sandbox. Also, the Halo Online maps that could work really well. Waterfall is a good map. At some point, I think when I'm done light mapping the map, I'm going to go ahead and fix the Sentinels. And by fix, I mean give them their Halo 2 anniversary design. Because the Halo 2 anniversary design will fit with what I'm doing. This map could also make a great firefight map. Simply because of how cool this area is. This is going to stop me if I try to put teleporter out there. I really want to step on that. It's funny because there's so many structures that I wish I could have gotten to in Halo 3, in Halo 3 base, that I can now get to in like the modding tools. That's so cool. I didn't realize I could stand it here. And there's a just random fusion coil. This thing has a hitbox. But apparently this bridge is fake. Bridge is fake, and there's an invisible wall, so you have to jump over. I didn't realize it was this easy to get out of this map. Can I go up here and stand on this? Yep. Damn, they really didn't put a lot of effort into the invisible barriers, did they? Am I eventually gonna die? It's always a jump scare. It always jump scares me when I fly too far out and I just instantly die. But I guess now I can just teleport over. But yeah. No, I do want to do more Halo 3 maps in Reach. I think this map would work well because it's a Halo Online map and that used more of a... That style was a bit more detailed than Halo 3 maps were. So that could work. But yeah, I want to do the Halo 2 anniversary. Oh, direct light map complete. Oh my god, it was the giant hole in the wall. Okay, we can just go along with this. Let me turn off MCC. Or at least get out of a map so there's not constant droning. Here we go. It was the fact that there was a giant hole in the wall. That also fixed every other lighting problem, except for the fact that it, like, does align, but I think that might just be playtesting area. I might have to set up, like, an invisible barrier or, like, a light map. Is there, like, an item I can... I'm trying to think of if there's something I can use just to specifically block light maps like this from happening. Because this happens at seams. And for some reason, it just keeps going. But no, this is working now. We've just replaced the seam with a giant wall, which works. This area is lit up, but with only one intensity. So if I go here, not squads. Oh, I want to create a squad, otherwise it's going to freeze my entire thing just to do pathfinding. Player simulation. Going to move around a little bit to edit the lighting. Yeah, see, the character's lit up pretty well. It's a lot darker. It used to be a lot brighter, but I darkened it. I do need to set up some of these things to be emissive so that these rooms aren't complete darkness. I'm also thinking of removing night vision, just replacing it with just the generic flashlight, because I think the flashlight just looks better. But yeah, the map works. You have the snow effect. Ignore the open edges. That is a different issue altogether. But yes, this works. Very nice. I might need to increase the lighting. I don't think I could... You can't use... The problem is you can't use Halo 3's... You can't use Halo 3's maps or lighting because they're just too different. So I might replace this with something else, but I do like this look. These things are a bit too bright in my opinion though. But yeah, this isn't a problem for now I'm going to block off this entire area so that the player can't go through here. The triangle's on the ground though. I don't know if that's like... Because it happens when I do that, when I look up a bit. I don't know if that's just a problem with the thing. This is also only direct lighting. So it's not taking into account anything else. When I do that, it like looks all fucked up. Let's see what happens if I open up game. I know there's this... Sorry, I'm going to have to move around my thing. There's a tag test called tag play. I don't know what the difference is, but it does something. Tag play instead of tag test. I'm assuming it's supposed to... I'm guessing it's faster. Let me ask the Discord. Let me check the Discord. Hmm. Oh, it just has less debugging. This takes forever. Yeah, I don't know if this little problem is like something that has to do... It's just tag. If it's just Sapien. What happens if I full screen it? Okay, it's just resolution, I guess. I guess it's just kind of the resolution. It looks okay. The map is fine. The Forerunner structures are a bit reflective. I might have to mess with the shaders a little bit. But it looks good overall. Originally I was hoping to port over the Halo 3 maps. No, not Halo 3 maps. The Halo Combat Evolved one. But Combat Evolved uses a completely different level format that uses render and level stuff. And Halo Reach doesn't like it when something doesn't follow its rules. So I think we're just going to use this, and I'm going to try my absolute damn diddly hardest to use everything beyond this section in the original Halo 3 version to make a custom mission. Because I really want to make this a custom mission, like a custom campaign. Unfortunately, I'm not very good at seams. I suck at setting up seams. Every time I do it, I break something and everything crashes and shit. So I might have to spend a day sitting in the Halo modding Discord voice call and get some help with it. But I might like leave this section open. Yeah, this is a custom skybox. It's a modified version of the Installation 04 skybox. So we have the Halo ring. It's like that. I might spin the Halo ring around so that you can see the thing, but that would change the entire lighting. That would make pretty much the entire thing fall into darkness. Although I wouldn't mind it so there's no just like line of lighting. I'm gonna change the direction of this. So we fixed the control room issue. Is there a way to make something just exist to block for the sole purpose of blocking lighting? Okay, hang on. I'm gonna start up Blender again. And I'm gonna do the what's it called? I'm gonna do the sky. I think this is the sky. Yep. So sun is that direction. $90. Export. We're gonna see what it looks like in game. I'm gonna redo lighting on low setting. But yeah, so currently the only way onto this thing would be from around here. Imagine the fucking sky just changes without me noticing. But I don't think it does that. I think I have to actually restart the map. Then we could do sentinels and stuff. The Halo 3 mission had sentinel things. I don't know what's wrong with this. I don't know if this is what it was like. Let me boot up the mission in Halo 3. Boot up the mission in MCC. By the way, for those who don't know, every single Halo 3 mission is actually in ODST. It's just not set up. It's just missing some things. Everything else is all ready for it. That's still loading. Okay, the sky changed direction. That doesn't look too bad. Like, you're not going to be able to see the stuff that's super important. Unfortunately, the sun will be... This entire section will be covered and the sun won't be visible.
Humans and elites.
I might have to raise the sun. But give me a sec.
And I will see it finished.
I didn't get acrophobia. I'm an idiot. Hang on, let me enable acrophobia. It's quicker to do this than it is to boot it up in the mod tools, by the way. Before anyone even asks, it's quicker to do it this way than to boot it up in the mod tools. But yeah, I did play this mission on the ODST thing, and it does work. There's just no cutscene, and I have to ignore it. This is a lot brighter than I remember it being. Oh, it really does just look like that. Huh. It's just a different color. By the way, fun fact. These, all the self objects that light themselves are at illumination level like 200.
I got you covered, Chief. Meet you at the top of that tower.
In base
Mark,
Halo
in there.
Reach. Oh, that is where the Halo ring goes in this. That makes sense.
Just as soon as you dispose of all proximate footprints. I'm afraid the contamination failed. Do not know.
Yeah, I hear you.
Was that the monitor? You didn't tell me he was here.
I wonder how many times it's going to take for Arbiter to betray me.
Keep moving, Chief. I got your back.
Well, we are finally doing what he wanted.
I say for Arbiter to betray me, but I'm betraying them first. No, he waits
Control room isn't
for
far.
there to be no danger.
That tower. Watch yourself.
Fall back over. Oh my god, there's a lot of flood up there. Arbiter's fine. Oh, he's angry at me now. Oh, he actually has the ability to punch me. He never used to be able to do that.
Chief, let's find the control room.
Yep. But he got up, didn't he? Can I fly down there? No, I can't. All right, well, you guys get the idea. Either way, I think I did a great job. For some reason, foreign architecture from Halo 3 just kind of turns into Reach's art style. Like, it looks like it's from Reach. Reach has a more silvery art style than Halo 3 does. Halo 3 has this, like, bronze stuff. Halo Reach has more silver. Let's raise the sun a bit so that it does shine into here. How much do we need to do it by? Quite a bit, actually. Blender. Those and what is this? Oh, I can't. It's all one mesh, isn't it? It is one mesh. Okay. So we're gonna be doing things a little bit annoyingly. So skies are just one big mesh. What is this part? Sun flare. Okay, this is the sun flare. We're gonna separate that. So we need that, and we need these two. How do we rotate by the center? Let me search up on Blender forums how to rotate something from Blender. How to rotate object from center. Object, set origin. For empty object. Right, okay. That's a bit irritating. So I just rotate these. I'll just do that. I guess I could do this. Local. Rotate it a little bit. That is not at all how that works. How did you even get to that? Global. Default. So this needs to go back to the center anyway. So we do that. And that's not sticking out of anything, I think. All right, let's save and export. And then we can just undo if that's an issue. And then we can redo the lighting. We do need to move where the main sunlight is, though. But no, the Halo Reach Halo Ring design is really good looking. Like, I really like... That's Halo 3. I really like the design of Halo Reach's Halo Ring. This firefight map also might be annoying because you have to climb all the way back up to the top of the ziggurat. I'm going to use this just as a playtest for my tags. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. It's not high enough, but it's not bad. I could also move it a bit. Yeah, it needs to be a bit higher, but that's good. That's actually pretty good. Rotate it a bit more. And then move this thing back to the center. I was gonna have to rotate it a bit. Okay, now we export. I need to make it so that you can at least see it from at least here, I think. I do kind of wish that you could port Forge maps as, not port Forge maps, but like Forge on a firefight map to change the way it looks and stuff. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up like either some shade turrets along here or like human turrets. I'm going to have phantoms land next to each of these platforms and drop off units onto these platforms. And maybe like use down here for where a revenant. I'm going to be honest, when I do firefight maps, I don't like the Wraith spawn. The Wraith spawn is like, it's okay for what Bungie were doing, but for my vision, okay, that's perfect. That's a perfect spot for the sun. For my vision, I do not like the, I do not like Wraiths bombarding you because I like to put AI Marines on the map. And when you put down Marines, Wraiths often just blow them up. So it becomes a lot less fun for me when I'm trying to keep my Marines alive. And there's a Wraith just bombarding from afar, just always hitting the troops. Just always hitting the Marines. Let's move that downward a bit. Up. Yeah, that looks good. All right, export that, and then we can rebuild the lighting again. And these won't be shining super brightly either. It's already looking pretty good with one half being baked in the light and the other being in the darkness. We will have to redo the light map though. I might set up some of these things to be emissive so they glow a bit. But that can be the last thing I do because I just want to make sure the lighting works all nicely. Now, thankfully, you won't be able to see that thing, the sunbeams, so this should be fine. It just looks so good. The Halo ring, I don't know what people have against Halo Reach's Halo ring, but that's such a beautiful look for a Halo ring. Like, both sides look good. I think that's supposed to be the side you see in gameplay, and this is the side that's on the opposite of where you are. Thankfully, I don't have to do too much for the skybox because you don't really see it. Okay, that's done. Now I redo the lighting, and we're going to do it on low. We're going to do it on low because hopefully low, I should have enough memory while also streaming to do that. Let's see here. Okay, so it seems to be going pretty well. It's rasterizing, chat. All right, while I'm doing that, let's port over the Halo 2 Anniversary Sentinels. I don't know how to get the debris though. That's a problem. That's the problem. I don't know how to get the Sentinel debris. More. Halo 2 Anniversary Sentinel Aggressor. What I'm going to do is I've just got to redo the region so that the weapon moves with the arm. I had an issue beforehand where it wasn't moving properly. I think I just called this thing Sentinel Aggressor. Yeah, I just called it Sentinel Aggressor. It looks good. Make sure that I haven't run out of memory. Probably shouldn't be doing this if I'm worried about running out of memory. We gotta port this over without the thing. Oh, it is so much bigger. Grab that. I could also just grab the shield. Sentinel aggressor. Aggressor escalator. Let's rotate this. Okay, yeah. Let me turn on the shaders to see what the shield looks like. Oh, it's just a bubble. Is it just using the default? No, it's not. I guess I could port it over and just using the Sentinel Aggressor shield for Halo 3 is just really low poly. I'll just use the one. I don't know if I can. I probably can just make a new thing. I don't know what it is, but I've been playing Reach Evolved, and I think Vengeful Vadam has accidentally put a shield flare on the Sentinels, on his Sentinels. Like, instead of just using the one that the Sentinels come with. Like, he set up his own Sentinel shield. Let's port this over into Blender. Let me just open up Blender for you guys to look at. I guess we'll grab all of it. We might as well. God, the shield is going to be a pain in the ass to move around. Can I move it while also... Okay. 90 degrees. I can't even use the thing if I wanted to change it. I didn't have the shield selected. I can move the shield later. Okay. I don't know if I want to line up the arms or the gun. I think the gun is probably better lining up. Wow, these Sentinels look so much different than each other. If I moved it too far forward, it wouldn't match up. I think the gun is the most important part of this. Let's connect these all to the... Just do all of them at once. Yeah, then we have relations. All right. How's the lighting going? Still going. Okay. So, if we hide the model... Wow, it is way off. Okay. Halo 2 Sentinel is got way different proportions. Are there any other Sentinel models someone has that are higher quality than Halo 3 Sentinels but match the vibe of Halo 2 Anniversary? Let's check the archives. I do want to pull this in. Oh, we have... there's the Halo Infinite Sentinels, but their textures suck to mess. You know what? I think we can do the Halo Infinite Sentinels. I'll take a look and see how similar they are. The Halo 2 Anniversary Sentinels are just too off, as you can tell. I want to use the Halo 3 animations, but they just won't match up enough. I think... Let's not save. Open recent. Sentinel Aggressor. Don't save. let's see what the Halo Infinite Sentinels look like in comparison, which also means I have to fucking mess with the thing. Lighting is still going. Let's unzip this bad boy. Open with WinRAR. Extracted. All right, low quality light map is complete. It's low quality, so you'll need to excuse it. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Like aside from the fact that it's obviously low quality, but that's not too bad. That's actually a pretty good spot to have the sun. When I do it on a higher quality light map, it's gonna look better. I might also have to mess with the foreigner textures. I don't know why this one's blue. Why are you blue? Why are you blue? Still not sure why this is like a glowing blue. This is blue for some reason. Not sure if that's a texture bug or a shader bug or a lighting bug. But yeah, this doesn't look too bad. I'll have to reduce the shininess on these. Let's try lighting at medium. Let's try lighting at medium this time with the 8 threads. Let's close that. We don't need that anymore. We can close MCC. Let's see what... I am very worried because I think I'm going to open this. I'm going to see the shitty Halo Infinite textures. It uses the shithouse, like, multicolored disco textures. Yeah. Look, I can re-edit it. It's possible. I've done it with the other stuff. This is Halo Infinite. We have... Oh, wow. These look way different. But they still fit... They still fit the Halo 3 style. Let's see what the shaders look like. I'm going to remove all the bones and just use Halo 3's bones. Uh-oh. Well, if I didn't run out of memory before, I definitely have now. Yeah, see, that doesn't look too bad. That's a good looking scent. Okay, how do I... There we go. That looks good. Although for some, they look kind of... I don't know if the strange look is Halo, is Blender, or if it's just what they look like in Halo Infinite. That's weird. Why do they kind of look like detailed overlay? Oh, they have the Covenant hexagon texture on them. Why? I can't tell if it's just not reading a... Hang on, let me turn on cycles. Okay, Blender has not run out of memory yet. Because it might be that it can't do the bump mapping. They look weirdly flat. Why does it look so weirdly flat? I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks better than Halo 3's, but it looks like strangely flat. Also, the gun looks like that for some reason. I think that's just to let you know that it's not always the Sentinel beam anymore. We're going to use this for the Sentinel beam still, but like we can also make bullets come out of this part. How does this look compared to the... Why? It has so many textures. I'd have to set up so many materials for this thing. This is why I wanted to use the Halo 2 Anniversary model, because the Halo 2 Anniversary model doesn't have this many textures. That's my issue with Halo Infinite, is that every model has like a bajillion textures. Halo 2 Anniversary does not do this. I might have to just do it Halo 2 Anniversary. It's probably easier. It's easier and it looks good, and it's also the sentinel beam that I'm using. I can always move the things when needed. Thought I accidentally duplicated it somehow. See, this actually doesn't look too bad. This is pretty good when it comes to how close it can be. Let's just do it from here. Is this probably the best we could do for doing it from a different angle? It can't be too low. I could move it forward and we could see what it's like. I can modify its looking angles myself if I need to. So let's see. Let's parent all of this to the body. Actually, why didn't I do that first? Move it all up here. Start with the gun because that's the part that moves the most. Gun base, sentinel aggressor. Okay, that kind of moved a bit. Edit mode. Oh, right. I forgot to also... I need to make an animation that has no animation. Okay, there we go. We have an animation with no animation. Let's connect both of these to the sentinel. Okay, that's its parent now. Any aim. Okay, you're not moving. You should be, but you're not. Oh, yeah, probably because you don't actually have... Right. Let's hide the physics and collision model. Gun door front, no. We want gun turntable, no. Gun housing. That's the bottom gun barrel. So we want this to be gun housing. Right, that entire section needs to be gun housing. So this thing... Gun housing? It's already selected. Why did it not move then? Why are you not moving? How's the lighting going? Still going. Why are you not moving with the thing? That's all done. You don't need that. Hmm. Is this one of those things where I have to do this bullshit? Hang on. Give me a sec. What happens if I do this? Join. Is it going to be one of these things? No, it still doesn't move. Why are you not moving with the thing? If I do this, you move with that, but you don't move with the bone. Oh, is it relations? No, it's not relations. Why aren't you moving? You little shit. Hmm. Let's copy this and make sure it's the exact same name. The exact same name. It just simply doesn't want to move. What if I move it to where the gun is? And now we mess with the bones. Bones. Pose mode. Okay, it's simply not following the armature. How's that going? That's still going. Oh, wrong server. God. My throat is getting worse and worse as it goes on. I would like to be saved from this eternal torment that is speaking. Oh, I love this bug so much. So why won't you'll follow? I'm so confused. What if I bind this to that? No, you still won't follow. Asshole. Relations, armature, bone, gun barrel. Yeah, that gets you to move. Setting your relation to the gun barrel. That's annoying. An annoying way to set it up. But it's a way nevertheless. Does it have armature deform? Hmm. May not work. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that part that's moving. Hang on, let me go into pose mode. Gun housing. No, gun housing is a part that's moving. You just don't seem to want to accept the fact that I want the bones to move you. Let me Blender model not moving with bones. Oh, is that the problem? It has no weight paint. Okay, hang on. That was the problem. Control P. Weight paint. How do I just give this full weight? How do I just perfectly make this all red without fall off? Custom smooth constant. I just need the entire thing red. Size a bajillion. Object mode. Now that should move. Gun 2. Weight paint. Bam. Yeah, red. So that was the issue the entire time. It just simply didn't have any weight paint. Okay. So they should still be connected. This should be which part? Swing arm? Yeah, that should be the swing arm. Swing underscore arm. Is that what it's called? It's called gun swing arm. I'm stupid. I don't deserve anything. All right, there we go. Let's get these and move them to... No, I shouldn't do that. I should move it all at once, to be honest. So I can get it to match up as close as possible. And the shield can be last. Put that about there. How's the shading going? Lighting is still going. Okay. Look. Oh, look. Hi, Fasani. How are you doing? I have some pink lemonade here. It's really good. I'm dying inside, though. Any aim still up? Did that just get crushed? Oh, no. Hang on. Hide. Oh, that is not what that's supposed to look like. Okay, you know what? Maybe we're not switching the sentinels to the thing. I finished you in my game. Ooh. I can't wait for my personality to be so fucked up. Uh-oh. I did not mean to close everything. I don't think the lighting is complete. No, it's not complete in engine. It looks okay, though. I'm going to focus on the shading. I'm going to focus on the textures. How do I look for Sunny? Do I look fabulous? Foundation. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna send you a pic. Let's go. I can't wait to see how good I look. Expert mode. I need to edit these shaders. That's collision. Ziggurat. Wow, that is high. 0.1, 0.1. Okay, that's a lot less shiny now. Okay. I dialed that shininess down by a lot. Let's see. Let's see what happens if I set them to 1. Wow, that is very shiny. Oh my lord. Send. Let's take a look. I'll show you how shiny it is, by the way. This is how shiny the area is when it's at 1. This is how shiny it is at 0.1. The original was 2, by the way. Yeah. Now it's like flat and lifeless. It's sad. All right, let's take a look. See at how I look. Ah, I'm beautiful. I wonder what kind of shenanigans I'm going to get up to with the other characters in your Tomodachi life. Who else do you have in your Tomodachi life? Who am I going to terrorize? Thank you, Fasani. I look perfect. 0.5. Okay, that's not ridiculously bright shiny. I'm going to grab installation 04 and see what the settings are for that Forerunner structure. We have a lot now. Oh, damn. Too many for Fasani to count. I can barely get past 5. Scenario. Wow, that's a big map. I didn't realize it was that big. Textures. Materials. Forerunner panel. Halo metal C1. See, this stuff only goes up to 0.5, so it's not too bright, but for some reason everything else is super bright. Forerunner panel. But it's good to see that I have invaded your Tomodachi life. Doesn't look too bad, actually. It's just the right amount of shiny. Oh, the light map is complete. Okay. Wait, the lighting looks good now. Okay, we got good lighting down. There's this singular splotch of darkness that I don't know what's going on with, but we can ignore that for now. Look at how pretty it is. I just need to fix the lighting on this so that it doesn't look like that. Like this is just flat. How have you been, by the way, Fasani? Did you get your hand checked out or your wrist checked out, so you can finally get back to dabbing. Let's see. 5. Yep. Let's see how this looks at. Good one. Like how I've just made a wall here. Sorry, it's hard to hear at the moment. Sorry. Did you end up going to get the handy hand looked at? This can be a DM only thing if you don't want to get too much into detail. Dork. Okay, I gotta look at this thing. Okay, now that that's done. What is pink? Tell me what pink is. Alright, Ziggurat panel. I heard something about TM. Wrist. Wrist. Wisp. Wisp. Wrist. 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 Hando. My throat is killing. But hand, wrist, existence is nigh. There it is. We don't have this environment map. We don't have chrome reflections. Let's remove that and see what happens. Oh, it is still just this color. My appointments this week still not working. I read still not working first, and I thought you were just like, yep, audio's gone. I can't hear you. Nothing works. Everything's broken. One, two. Is that this? Why is it so flat? Is it missing detail map? No. No. Everything looks fine. Let's try whatever bump mapping this uses. Detail. Aha. Hang on. I figured it out. This thing doesn't have a thingy mablobbo. This thing is missing a shader. It's missing a shader template, which is why this isn't working. So we need to add a shader template. Which is why it looks the way it does. Shader, terrain, run tool. Is it not? Oh, it's just a regular shader? Does Halo 3 not use terrain? I'm going to be really pissed if I'm sick tomorrow when I have to go to work. I'd be lurky, abandonizer. No, but enjoy your lurk, Vasani. I hope the handy hand appointment goes things. Also, we're best friends in game now. Vasani and I are besties in game. Let's go. I can't believe this chat. Vasani barely tolerates me IRL. Standard bump mapping. Shit, you heard that? Chat, she's chucking stuff at me. I should probably reopen Halo MCC to see if I can get the same colors because this is looking flat. I added bump mapping, but it kind of made it look weird. I added detail mapping to the bump maps. And it, like, here it looks fine, but it looks super shiny on this end. Try 7. How did that get brighter? I reduced... Oh, no, I didn't. I did 7 and 5, not 0.7 and 0.5. I might have to reduce the thing more. Let's increase the roughness on this part. Okay, that's looking a bit better. It's just too bright on this end. 3 and 5. I don't know why adding the detail map makes it so, like, such a different color, but I kind of like it. I kind of like the different color. It gives it some, what's the word? It gives it some contrast. It's really when you're like right up to it, it's like blinding. Oh, and it spawned me out of the map. The map's all the way over there. I can make it if I run. No, I can't. I'm in the void. You can't move in the void. Also, this is all the extra space so that I can have phantoms and shit spawn in. It's just so I can have like a phantom spawn down here and fly over and drop off troops. Let's see what it looks like in game. Also, you'll notice that I start off really bright, but the second I start moving around, the lighting catches up to me. Yeah, it's super bright around here. Got the sun up there. It looks good. Like, the map seems to have rendered really nicely. I do really like the look of this. Let me boot up Halo. The mission Halo and see how it looks. Every time I boot... it's a problem I have. Every time I boot up MCC while I'm modding, I see all the mods that I've downloaded and I want to play them. Like, I want to stop what I'm doing, like drop what I'm doing and start playing a mod. Okay. I could also add this section to the firefight map, but that would just make it way too large. Like, I've already got like some of this area just so you can enter the... Just so we can have a section. I might keep this section and like put a wall here to block it off, because you can see this is where the seam is. Like, if you look real closely, you can see where the part ends. This is where the map ends and the new map begins. There's also supposed to be a light source there so it can shine. Let me see real quickly. Is it insanely bright? No, it's not. It is shiny though. It is supposed to be very reflective. It's just not supposed to be bright. I also gotta add lights here so that I can see through them. I might mess around
got
with
you covered, Chief.
the
Maybe you at the top
sentinel
of that
textures
tower.
to see if I can get them to match reach more. I might have to make them more silver. But yeah, I think the sentinels work nicely. Their light, their eye light, for some reason, is already working in reach. So all I had to do was just add the
You
texture
moving,
and stuff.
Chief? I got your back.
I might see if I can upscale. I don't know how to upscale. That's the thing. If anyone in chat knows how to, I need to upscale some textures, and I just simply don't know how to upscale. But yeah, this looks fine. This does not. Where is foundation? What if I set these to 0? Probably not a great idea, but you know, we'll see what happens. Looks a little bit more reflective and less shiny, but it's still shiny. Is spectacular the shininess? If we set these to 0. Okay, spectacular is how shiny I guess it is. I guess that kind of looks okay, but it's just not reflective. That's to that. These two to this. That's a little bit better. It's not too overbearing, right? Like it's still a little bit shiny, but it's not like to the point where it's overbearingly shiny. The floor looks fine too. Like the floor isn't overly reflective. Let me put on jetpack real quick. Whatever this ice effect is, it's so bad. This frost effect is such a horrible effect. I'm gonna. What texture is this? Like, I get the idea is to let you know that the ziggurat has been like overtaken or whatever. Ziggurat stripes, no. Floor. Okay, that's floor. I don't think that has snow on it. No, this part does though. It's this part that needs to be looked at. It's so egregious. Is it main body? I think main body is part of the issue. Yeah, main body is part of the issue. Let's take a look at main body. It's this Gray Tech Icy. What does it normally use? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't know ziggurat was a word until I played Halo 3. Ziggurat panel detail. Okay. Oh, but that's part of this. Oh, it does have a bump map. Oh, it's a bump map, not a detail map. Do we not have a detail map for the ziggurat? Oh, we don't. I guess I could use something else. What detail maps do we have? 20 metal detail. What is that? Let's see. See, that's just already a bit better. The iciness was just too much. Actually, what if we change the size of it? Was it snow detail? Wait, snow detail just looks so much better. Why wasn't this used? Why wasn't this used? Hang on, what does it look like in Halo 3? Ah, I see the problem. It just looks okay in Halo 3. Halo Reach fucked it up. Also, you don't have animations for the energy sword.
Blood are crawling all over that tower. Watch yourself.
I once had a game where Johnson actually killed me with his stupid Spartan laser. I was on Legendary and I was upset and really mad. But no, this looks fine. This snowy detail looks fine. It looks like it's been snowed on, but it doesn't look like it's it doesn't look crispy. Yeah, this is what the other one was. This is what I'm using. Crispy. Fine. I've got to change all of this. It looks so bad. Look at it. It's so bad. Looking at how bad it is getting me sicker. Let me hide the portals. Oh, I can click on something and it tells me which part it is. Base metal exterior. Now, real quick, before I do this, I gotta make sure it's got a template. It has a template. Okay, it has a little bit. This doesn't have a detail map. That would explain why this looks so bad. It doesn't have a detail map. Oh, it's trying to use something from the Covenant, but I don't have the Covenant stuff in a shared map. Levels. Solo. Halo. Shaders. Bitmaps. Detail. Okay, that doesn't look very good. That, in fact, looks way too smooth. What if we just use the metal detail? Wow, I wasn't expecting to get the exact same result. Okay. What if I set that to 1? What is this? I'm pretty sure it's the detail map causing that. Set it to 0. I am messing with the right thing. Ziggurat base metal exterior. Ziggurat base metal exterior 20. What if I set remove that? Okay, it's something else then. I want to set this up as a firefight map. I'm hoping I can get this set up as a firefight map. It has no scripting, so I'm gonna have to do that myself. Detail. If I set it to snow, it does that. If I set it to metal, it looks weird. Hmm. I'm trying to think here. What could be causing this? Let's save this color real quick. What happens when I make it red? That actually kind of looks funny. You can see how red it is. I didn't realize albedo maps would be so, or the albedo color would be so powerful. Set it to more blue. What happens when you set it to pure white? I want to figure out how to get rid of the shit splotches it's got. It might just be part of the detail, the base map. Ah, it's part of the base map. Metal. It's in the thing. What's this one? Oh, we could try that. Okay, that smoothens it out. It smoothens it out crazily. It removes the part that I didn't like, which was the thing. I think this is supposed to be the interior though. But we can fix that with a little detail map. Snow detail. Okay, the snow detail did not work. And in fact, just made it look smoother. Hello, Gracie. How are you doing? No spectacular mask. Spectacular from diffuse. I see now. Let's fix this, shall we? Metal. Oh, look at that shine. Doing good, just chilling with my cat. What about you? I'm doing okay. I'm just being a bit sick. Just a little bit. Not too much sick, just sick enough. Zero panel detail. Try that. Why is it so bright? I just have to go back to spectacular map from diffuse and accept the fact that this looks like boiled ass. Nice, nice, yeah. Let's go to sharpen. No. Filter mode. That. And that kind of fixes the issue. Damn, is that an older version of Halo? This is me porting the Halo 3 final mission to Halo Reach. And I'm turning it into a firefight map. Still a bit bright, but it's better than normal. Look at it from the side, it's like weird. Let's set this to 1818. Thank you for the follow, Gracie, and welcome to the void. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Oh, it looks like rubber. I just noticed a setting that changes something from plastic to metal. Have you played Pragmata? No, I have not, but I know people who have played it. Oh, that does change it. Okay, we'll keep it like that. I want this to look more metal, more metallic. Yeah, I know Murperoni has played it. I don't know if he's enjoyed it, but I believe I've spotted a wild Merp playing Pragmata from time to time. Fasani should be able to confirm or deny my theories on if the Murperoni Pepperoni has played the game or not. But she's lurking right now, so we don't bother her. Wait, what? Why does... Oh, because there's no lighting on this side. I want to play it so bad, especially for the little kiddo character. The kiddo character looks absolutely adorable. There's such a small bean. Base metal. This side doesn't look like it has much detail because there's no lighting on it. Versus the side that has all the lighting. Is that why one of these things... Okay, this thing was blue before. Now it's not. Indeed, she's so small. It just looks so bad because there's no shading on it. Roughness. Set these to 1. What else do you play? I like playing Minecraft and Destiny. Those games are fun. However, Destiny has gotten a little bit not so fun as of recently. And it's just become, you know, one of those games that I pick up when other people are online. Okay, what shader is this? Main body. I'm going to copy the main body and put this texture on it. I love Minecraft more than Hardtail, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why people came hitting Minecraft since Hardtail came in. I think it's just a thing with like a new game. Everyone's just kind of hoping that it's better than Minecraft. Did the main body change? No, it did not. Why did you say that it changed when it really didn't? Let's re-export this map. No lighting. Do not relight. You're not better than Minecraft, though Minecraft is OG. It depends on who you ask. I can see reasons for liking both, but I can see reasons for liking one over the other. In my opinion, I still like and prefer to play Minecraft, but that might be because I just haven't explored enough of Hytale. Everyone has their reasons for what they like to do. Cool VTuber, by the way. Thank you. It's not really meant to be my main thing. I only have this VTuber model simply for when I just don't want to use a face cam. I normally just use a face cam, but you know, sometimes I'm just not in the mood for a face cam, so I use this. I'm also sick today, so I'm decided to go with this instead. I've got a fucking song stuck in my head, and I hate it. Soiled it. Where is this? Base metal exterior. Is it a pre-made one? No, it is a custom one that was made by my friendo. Uh, um, Ziggurat base metal. Okay. Spectacular mask from Diffuse. Oh, hang on. I've got the fucking song stuck in my head and I can't get it out. I want it gone. I need to call a witch to remove this song. What if I do this? Okay, well that works. What song, dude? Bird Brain. That's why I want to beat up my friend because now it's stuck. And I can already tell she's laughing at it. She's giggling upon hearing that. Okay. I think I found out my problem. Now it's appearing on both sides equally without one side having no things. Let's see. So I could do pathfinding. I'd have to set up areas for. I'd have to do areas. I'd have to do left side and I'd have to do right side. Now the question is, do I do left side? Do I do left and right based on looking at this, or do I do left and right based on where I'm going to put the spawn points? Because I'm going to have the team spawn here. I have the team like spawn here. And work out. Let me set up the player spawn points actually before I do anything else. Failed to find a valid spawn point. What? Map reset. Is that a mode or something? It's supposed to be for a firefight map, but this is a mod. It's supposed to be for Halo Reach's firefight mode, so that I can have enemies spawn in and stuff. Currently, this is the only spawn point, but I need to set up some more so that the player can choose if they spawn up here or in a different location. These slide. No, these ones don't. These ones slide you. Good to know that the spawn points actually work. Meaning I can have players spawn in here. They got a good view of the giant halo ring in front of them, which cuts off, which you can actually see in game mode. You can actually see in installation 04, you can see this cut off, but ultimately it works. Nice skybox, nice area to start off in. You got areas down here, and the only way up is actually from this side. I thought about figuring out how to model the map properly so I could have a way for enemies to run up the sides from both angles. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to set up pathfinding so that elites and brutes with jetpacks can just jump up the sides if they need to, and everything else can make their way up. This can be a jackal sniper spawn where he just decides to walk out of here and harass you. I can also set some up here. Ignore the flickering, I gotta fix that. There's a lot of open edges too. A lot of open edges that don't seem to be too open. Oh my god, this room's in darkness. Or because I took out the self-lighting. But yeah, we're gonna have phantoms spawn on top of here, have them fly down and land troops. It's interesting that there's a little spot over here because in the original Halo, there used to be a giant bridge between these two spots and a door over here. But I guess for Halo 3, they didn't have time to do all that, so they just made it like this. Well, they did have time. They probably just set it up like this anyway. I wonder if you can see it in here, if I can explain it here or not. No, they don't. There's an invisible there's like invisible things here that let you walk up. If I go into third person, you like, there's like an invisible platform here that lets you walk up this thing, which is cool and all. What's night vision? What is night vision? C is switch weapons apparently. Night vision is button 3. It's number 3. I think the map looks good so far. I just have to do more lighting. Do you like chibi models? Chibi models are fucking cute. I guess it depends on who makes the model. Some chibi models I don't think look too great. But I guess it just depends on the model. But for the most part, I like chibi models. Seams invalid. Reimport with current seams. What? Oh, right. There's nothing here. This doesn't matter. I could just replace this with a wall because this isn't for anything. I would have to re-import that with nothing there. Or with just replace it with a wall like I did with over here. Assuming lighting doesn't change when I change a map, I could just do this, like block off all the spots where lighting can leak in from, and then remove and replace it with a seam so that I could set it up properly. But that's assuming that it doesn't change, which I don't know if it does or not. This looks nice though. The lighting is good. I'm getting too hungover about the lighting, but I should be just getting into building the map. Although I see that lighting is still incorrect with where your shadow is. I think that's what the little lights are for. If you look in Blender, you'll know what I mean, but it looks good. I don't know why the spawn looks somewhat different compared to the rest of the map. Like, it looks like the spawn's kind of glowing. I'll figure it out at some point. I'm sure someone in the modding community can help me out. It could just also be Halo Reach being Halo Reach. Fun fact, every single one of these little pylons has 200 emission, which caused the entire map when I first lit it up to be super bright. Like really, really bright. It wasn't supposed to be that bright. It was just ridiculously bright. While I'm here, let me set the map to survival mode. None of this matters. None of that matters. Campaign ID. Do I need a campaign ID? Let me search up to see if I need map and campaign IDs. Need map ID. I'll figure it out at some point. It should be fine. Good call from my friend. Oh, good. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for stopping by. Let me remove all geometry errors so that I don't have to see that. And let's start up the pathfinding. Stitching objects together. Creating collision surfaces, surface sector mapping. Okay, so pathfinding is apparently disabled on the first map. Let's set up the zones. Call this a zig. Okay, so we'd set up one here. This is level 1. So we would set up all that. Stop it here. We'll call this Ziggurat level 1 or Zig level 1. So this would be the first level. So we click medium density. Yep, I guess. Yeah. I might need to set up some cookie cutters for these things, assuming that they ignore them. Okay. I think that works. To exclude cover. Yep. So we'd call this left 1, I guess. Or right 1. Right _1. This is area right 1. I could set the zones up to be Ziggurat level 1, Ziggurat level 2, Ziggurat level 3, and then have this entire area be the base section. Does hate... I'm going to save the map real quick, and I'm going to see if... I'm going to set up a squad real quick to Ziggurat. I want to see really quickly if these maps... Oh, I also need to add stuff into the thing. Hello, Marcus. Welcome in. I need to see if... oh, I can just check. I can just check the scenario folder, can't I? Areas. Zones. Okay, so survival just uses one. Right, survival uses one zone and makes a bunch of different areas. Gotcha. So don't make a bunch of different ones. How are you? I'm doing good. How are you doing? Control room. Good, just listening to music while in games. That's good to hear. Where is designer zones? First off, let's set up the zone set in general. Zone sets. Add. I'll just duplicate this one. Why the fuck am I doing this? Duplicate. Survival. Okay, we don't have designer zones. We need these. Oh, that's structure designs. I don't need that. I need designer zones. Let me change this so you guys can see what I'm up to. Required designer zones. Here we are. Add. Survival. The palette index. Let's grab the brutes. The brute bipeds. Objects, characters, brute. Is this the right biped? That is not the right biped. I am stupid. Tags, Lucky, object, characters, brutes, Halo 3 brutes. Are these the right ones? Yeah. Duplicate, because I also need jetpack and chieftain. Now I also need the character palette. Does this keep the character palette as well? Is everything in here? No. Okay, let's just see if this works anyway. Oh, it's going to restart the map. Right. I want to change the plasma launcher. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I want it to be different than just a 4-round, just a plasma launcher Spartan laser. I thought about making it like a wind-up needle launcher. Like an anti-infantry kind of deal. Okay, thankfully everything stayed here. Not a new instance. I need to add the characters. It's kind of funny that the first thing I'm adding are the brutes from Halo 3 in a Halo Reach map port. New instance. Oh, I also need a weapon palette. Let me just put in the spiker. Or as Halo likes to call it, the spiker rifle. Required zone set, designer zone. Okay, this is strange. Yeah, I'm aware of a structure seams problem. New cells. Edit type. I gotta add the character. I don't know why it wait, did it remove it? It did. Captain. Yep. Yeah, I also need to add safe zones. Spike rifle. Zig. Should probably rename that to survival. Then spawn formations, put you here. Actually, let's put you guys down here to see if you guys can walk up to your spot. 3. Try to spawn an actor with no character definition. What? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. Let's remove all these errors. I need to fix the fact that they have no movement sounds. But they do go to their spot. Me too, buddy. Okay, but the rat said they're moving around. They also don't have any shadows. Fuck. Oh no, they do. It's just a very faint shadow. I guess they are on the darkest side. Let's move their spawn formation from down there all the way to the very top and see if they make their way back down. No, they won't. They're way too far. At least I think that's the reason. Let's set up all the... I guess let's set up all the ziggurat points. That's that I'm able to edit them like that. Let's just see if they can make their way to the spot, just from somewhere. Okay, yeah, they'll make their way. Why are they so slow? I'm gonna shoot a bullet near them to see if they start running. Okay, they started going faster. I need to give them the ability to, like, not run. They're obviously running, obviously walking because there's no enemy nearby. But I need to give them sounds because they currently walk around very silently. Same, but I also feel the exact same way as you do. The question is, can they walk down these stairs? Yes, they can. That's poggers. Let's get them to make them to run their way over. Yeah. So now they're gonna run over because they're in combat. Technically, I can't do the quotes, the quotation marks, but you get the idea. They're in combat now, So they're going to actually go faster. Slow down as they realize they're not in combat. I need to give them footstep sounds. I really do. Because without the footstep sounds, it's so bad. Problem is, I don't know if I have to re-import the entire model race squads. Let me boot up Blender. I'll see if I can do it without having to redo the model. And hopefully we're good. If not, fuck. It's not the model I wanted. That's when I ripped the model out. What if I open Halo Reach editing kit, data, Occupus X, objects, characters, brutes, Halo 3 brutes, revamp model data. Yeah, this is the one I've been messing with. This was me trying to figure out why they don't use their abilities properly. Oh, I can just export the frame data stuff itself. Doing the walking is going to be a pain in the ass, though. I'll see if I can just use the... Can I get the Halo Reach brutes animation data so I can just use their footstep sound? Figure that out at some point. But that's not the important part right now. The important part right now is that I can get this all to work. I've got to set up the rest of these firing points. So we'll just call this survival. Survival. There's no E in survival. I should be smart enough not to know. I should be smart not to know that. I should be smart enough to know that. But apparently I am not. I am simply a dumb. Do that. Oh, whoa, I did not do that. Bring it all the way over here. Okay. Put these over here. Why did that flatten it? We can do that. Generate. Oh, it's generated above. It shouldn't do that. Clear order. I don't know why I can't move it up and down now. I have to make the stairs their own thing. Yep. That's not at all what I wanted. Get a new area. Watch as it fights over which one I'm trying to select. I don't know if overlapping areas is a bad thing or not. We're going to find out very shortly if it is. This is straight up just for the stairs. I don't know how Bungie got away with just not naming any of their areas. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm pretty sure I can clear them myself. delete. Delete. Right, I have to actually press delete in this thing. It's not the same. I might have to set up some cookie cutters. If you don't know what those are, they're basically little nav points to avoid things. Okay. Nope. I saw Bungie's stuff. I see Bungie's things, and everything Bungie has is just named like areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how they did that. I could not do that. I am just too like I take my organization and modding seriously. Like incredibly seriously. It's a problem. Okay, let me generate. Yep. Do we do it on the other side here? We don't need one in there because the one in there is not really going to be a firing spot. It's just going to be where players go to avoid enemies and stuff. We have them go all the way to the very top. I might automatically set the AI to run to the top. That's going to bring in some good and bad. On one hand, it's going to be like you're a full team of 4 fighting the top, taking them out, protecting the top of the this is ziggurat from enemies who attempt to take it from you. On the downside, it's also going to be a pain in the ass to it. Players could probably just jump off the side, and every single enemy will have to run along down the ziggurat all over again just to get back to the players. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I don't know how to get rid of these angles because doing that just creates a new one. Is it control click? Oh. Okay, alt is not the button. Shift click. Ah, it's shift click. Okay, gotcha. Just do shift click and I can remove those. That's good to know. On one hand, I do wish this game had these mod tools had built-in like map making. Like I could make a map kind of like what the Source Engine does. I wish this thing had what the Source Engine has in that Source Engine lets people make maps in engine rather than using an external modeling program, because I think I'd be a lot better at that than I would be with this. On the other hand, I think that Blender is great at making maps. It's super nice to work with. Now we do this part. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up these 2 zones still. I'm going to set it up like this so that I can set up sniper jackals to stand on the edges here rather than stand on the other points, rather than just running all the way all around the top here. Okay, do that. There we go. I'll call this area 0. Area, oh, areas 0, sorry chat, I got that mistaken. How could I call it area 0 when it should be called areas 0? Okay, let's remove these firing points because those have no use for us. Delete the ones that are supposed to be for the lower section. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. Be gone. And stop this part from overlapping onto this part. Okay. By the way, Halo 3 doesn't have every Halo before ODST doesn't have this area function. Oh my lord. These area functions make things so much easier to work with. You have no idea. Before you had to place down each individual firing point manually. Without areas, I would be having to just place each individual spot just going plop, 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 plop. But now with areas, I can just, with Halo 3 ODST, they added areas. I can now just place these things down and basically use them as firing point generators. It's actually such a cool feature. Plus, I can do presets too. I think medium density is the way to go with these anyway. And then we'll have this entire section be one firing point. So start down there. Whoa. You overlapping the wrong way. You are overlapping the wrong way. You're supposed to be there and you're supposed to be there. Put these along the sides here. All the way over there. Some modder is going to be watching my live stream and is going to be like, oh my god, that area is way too big. I should tell him, but I'm not going to because it would be funny. And it would be funny. It would kind of be funny. We also need to save this point here. We're going to have another point in here so that we can also go into this zone here. No, can I do that? Let's see. We'll also add these little sections to the zone. We'll find out if this is okay. Okay, the final zone. Generate, or at least the final zone on the ziggurat. Now I'm gonna remove any firing points I disagree with, like these two down here. Well, 3? Oh, it seems to have taken some from the other one. Yeah, that works. Save. And I'm going to quickly redo some firing points for this part. Generate again. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So those are all the areas. You can see now what it looks like from back here. This is what it typically looks like, except all over the map. I've currently only got it on the ziggurat itself, but we're also going to have it down here for things like wraiths, ghosts, and we're going to have some airborne ones for banshees. Maybe banshees, I don't know. I'm thinking of putting some shade turrets along the top here. Like maybe like a shade turret up here, so that when banshees do pop up, you can have a player be like, oh, the banshees are here, the banshees are here, the banshees are here. Oh my god, I got it, guys. Get in here and just... I'm thinking of setting one up to act like a anti-air wraith where it fires a burst of tracking fuel rods. My dog barked. It is nice how this thing turns out, though. Squads. Don't have any more squads. I do need to add more vehicles and stuff to the pallets. I'm hoping that doing so doesn't remove all of my zones, because that would be annoying to reset up again. But I will, for now, actually, just in case, I'm going to set up a backup of this that I can replace at any time with all of my zones set, with all of my zones. Firefight control room. And I'm going to make a backup. Because I really do not want to lose the scenario file. Okay, so next what I got to do is I got to add to the vehicle palette and stuff. Vehicle. Go here. And I got to add to the vehicle palettes. Covenant. Turrets. Shade turret. I might also add the defenders as a purchasable auto turret that will fire for you. But I don't have any damage region, so they won't die. And I'm also going to do stuff like the other stuff. I'm going to do the Revenant, I think, for the thing instead of the Phantom. Because I think the not the Phantom, the Wraith, because I think the Wraith might be a bit too strong. Phantom. Maybe I'll add the Space Phantom as like a bonus vehicle that will fly around and just shoot at you. Add human. I'm also going to add the Hornet, I think, as a like a boon Falcon as well. And Hornet. That's going to slow the game down a little bit. I'll do placements of stuff first, and then we'll figure it out. Because I don't know how to set it up as a firefight game. I've got to ask Undead KVA for help, because I'm pretty sure he set them all up. Whoa, why did you get brighter all of a sudden? I saw that. You think you can hide your shenanigans from me? So what I'm going to do is vehicles. Does it just add it to this? It does just add it to that. I could just ignore that and just keep it in the designer zones. So we'll add shade turrets on these platforms so that you can be like, oh my god, a Banshee has spawned in. But obviously, this one's shit. What does lock do? But yeah, I could also add a little thing that lets you buy shades. We can change the variant to anti-air. Oh, it's called auto now. Wait. Yeah, that's flak. Plasma cannon, flak, and auto. This is the anti-air one. It's gray now. And it is supremely broken. Is that not... It's not physical. Oh my god, it's not physical. I guess I never knew because I never shot at it. What the fuck? Is it not physical? Give me a sec. I need to look at this. My childhood's a lie. Instance geometry. Oh my god, it's render only. I didn't even know that it had no collision. That's probably how they get around the fact that it's not perfectly aligned with the model. I could set that up for stuff. I could do that for water shaders. Couldn't wait. No, water has to be its own thing, doesn't it? Yeah, no. Damn it. Okay. Whatever. You get the idea. I might set up shade. I might set up like an auto shade variant. I'm pretty sure it's called auto because in the campaign these things work on their own. I think I might set up a shade turret variant that fires purple rounds like the ones from Halo 3 do, but it like tracks air. Oh my god, if I had made this would have killed me on the inside and I would have never used it. Does that appear on the normal one too? On the flak one? It does. Where does it come from? Is it this? Oh, it's these things. Yeah, I might make a variant that has increased range and tracks air. So that these things don't look too... So, because the other one's broke. The other one's broken. Let's be real. The one in the auto turret shade is just broken to begin with. Negative 90. That's not 90. That's 809. 890. Fuck. So we have the two shade turrets on either side. This one probably doesn't have a lot of use, I guess, unless I let the Banshees fly over here, which I probably should. But you know, shade turrets would be nice to have, I guess. You can like, if I set these to track air units, deal with Banshees when you don't have rockets or something. I do want to set up an armor ability that summons a auto turret, but I don't think auto turret stuff work anymore. I believe it's been deprecated, and I don't know if you can script it in. And scripting it just seems like a lot of work that I don't want to do. Where is armor abilities? I want to give myself an armor ability and see if I can set it to spawn a character. Where's objects? It's hard to do stuff because I've got my thing in the way. I've got the Discord overlay in the way, blocking my view a little bit. Equipment. Drop shield. Can I set this to summon a character? We're going to find out real quick. It's going to probably crash. Hang on a sec. Objects. Weapons. Rifle. AR. I kind of want to try this. Equipment. Drop shield. FX. We're going to find out if this works or not. I know it works in not. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Let's get the drop shield. Equipment, add. I wish you could mess with the designer zones while in this, but you can't. Drop shield. This is either going to crash the map or it's going to work. Chat, you guys get to decide if this crashes or works. Please vote for it to work. Starting profile. I'm going to change this from sprint to drop shield, and then we're going to restart the map. So it didn't spawn a brute. Let me see, because I know there's a way to do it. People can spawn characters through effects. Hmm. Hmm. Hang on a sec. Where is the assault rifle? I'm gonna modify some base game stuff, chat. Do Magnum actually. All right. We get that. Objects, characters, Bruce, AI, that. Bam. Oh, wait, it doesn't work on reach? What the fuck? Hmm. Hmm. That bubble shield has been waiting to explode. Let me make sure it just spawns anything. Let me see if it spawns the biped. So that works. It just doesn't spawn the character, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that it would spawn the character, but I guess not. Um, you can hear the dog barking. He loves to bark. So weird. I'm so confused. I'm very confused, chat. Okay. Okay, so apparently I can do it if I just... If I go ODST. Apparently I can do it if I set up a death effect. So I'm going to set up an effect where a null character dies as it spawns in and just summons the thing I'm trying to spawn. Spawn death character. Okay. Everything has a reanimation character. Where is... carrier? I really have to go to the bathroom. I really want to figure this out before I go to the bathroom. I do this to myself way too often. Spawn death children on destroy. So spawn death count 1. Go to brute, set the character to the regular one. Spawn death children on destroy. Then we go over here. Yep. All good. Okay, you're not. Is it because it's not a swarm? Death spawn character. Death spawn character. Hmm. Destroy on death. Okay, hang on. This is very confusing for very little. Destroy. Destroy. Ah, taking this model. No. I don't see anything about destroy on death. Yeah, I don't see anything about destroy on death. Hmm. I don't see anything about destroying. Oh, destroyed after dying. That's not destroyed. Wait, that worked.
First strike.
Wait, that's exactly what I wanted. Okay. Map reset. Save. Okay. Wait. So the triangle, by the way, means he has no pathfinding. So that is okay. I can use this for auto turrets.
First strike.
That was the original plan. Now that I know how that works, I'm going to save that brute so I can come back to it later. I need to go to the bathroom. I will be right back. I didn't realize I was muted. I am so sorry. I completely forgot that I muted myself before I left. Hi, Grundo. Yes, I am modding today. I am also pretty sick. I didn't see a response, so I looked down at my sound mixer and realized that I was muted. Yes, I'm doing a modding stream. I am just currently setting up AI pathfinding so the AI can move. Because, you know, we like it when enemy AI is allowed to move. There we go. And that should be the entire area all filled out. If I click on this, you can see all those little squares are pathfinding. Not COVID, I hope. I doubt it's COVID. But yeah, all the big boxes is the area, and the little squares is where AI is allowed to move to. I just need to start adding directions to direct everyone that isn't on top of this tower to run to the top of the tower where the players spawn. Which, you know, could take some time. I also need to block off this giant hole here so that players don't leave and experience the openness that is this lack of a wall. I mean, it could leave it open so that players can go visit this area in here where they can sit here and be untouched by the AI. I could do that, actually. That wouldn't be too bad. I would just need to fix this lighting issue I've got here. But yeah, no, I was just setting up AI pathfinding. Oh, I still need to do more. I need to do up here for snipers to run out and be little snip snappers. Okay. I'll set it here so that snipers don't be pricks and run back into this into this hole where they can't be shot at. Have them sit around here so that they can shoot down at players who are up here. Not really use of having them here unless I make a jackal with a jetpack so that they can jump from here to here. But that just sounds like the most painful thing ever. I could also set it so they could walk along the side here. I could set up a wave that spawns in here and have them run out and run along the side before jumping down on you. Just so that's not just all enemies running up. But I might just have a phantom that comes around and drops enemies off. But so far, I've been doing I think I've done a good job at this. Leave the void open, put a sign that says secrets ahead. I just put a little Minecraft. I'll put a Minecraft sign here that just says warning void. Now, if you look, the map is actually massive. The play space isn't big, but the map itself is huge. It's like this is the play space. This is all the play space, but then there's like this area down here, which is supposed to be a death pit. You got that down here, and then you have all this empty, but still like, let me get my character. Start up player simulation. Also, this is where you're brightest. Look at how bright I am. Like, there's no ground here, but you can still walk. Yeah. This is just so things can spawn in like phantoms and just fly over. The character will get darker as it approaches the main play space. Although I don't know why the armor is white. It's supposed to be gray. But it works. Yeah. Everything looks nice out here. You can, unlike Detroit, you can have shit on a Halo ring. Also, skybox. Very pretty skybox. Yeah. Ice caps, look into the distance. We got beaches. We got mountains that way. I'm actually glad that I got the mountainside correct, even though you can't actually see it from here. Might have to set up. No, actually, I was gonna say I might have to set up more snow things because this text used to be on everything, and it looked like someone had wiped their ass on everything. Like it still kind of looks like someone wiped their ass on it, but it looks less now. I just want to set up stuff. I need to set up AI spawns. I'm gonna. I wish I could have two. Can you have two instances of this? Sapien. Okay. Apparently you can't have two instances of Sapien. Every time I try to open two instances of Sapien, it says, oh no, you can't have that. They've already got an instance open. And I just look at it and I'm like, you're a fool. Can I can't see my folders because of where I've got my phone for tracking. It looks like someone pooped scoot. Yeah, like a cat wandered into my mod and decided to poop scoot over everything. Let me open a firefight map up. Tags, levels, firefight. Actually, let's use DLC, FF Halo, FF Halo. Instance of you can't stop me. They're stopping me, and I don't like it. What happens if I just cop? That's actually a very good question myself. Thank you, me. You're welcome, me. I'm gonna see what happens if I copy paste the squads from one scenario to this one. Squads. Of course, it's gonna be missing a few things, but you know it's fine. Firefight. No, this is objects. How could you troll me? Firefight. No, DLC. Sex. That's not a joke. The file for this firefight map is CEX. So you can either call it sex or kex. You guys get to choose. Okay. Squads. Yeah, what happens if I just copy paste this entire squad format? Copy entire block. Append entire block. Now it's going to restart that. Oh, it crashed your Kring. Mega for Kex. Yeah, Kex. I still think it's funny. Is this Halo 3? No, this is Halo Reach. Where is it? Levels, firefight, control room. Hoping that doesn't crash it again. Maybe I just have to set these all to none. I'll be fine. No, this is Halo Reach. I am porting over some maps from Halo 3 into Halo Reach, and I'm trying to set up the final mission of Halo 3 as a firefight map for Halo Reach, just as a way for me to test my tags and to test how good I am at setting up a map that works with AI in Halo Reach. That isn't a Halo Reach map in itself. It's mainly just for testing purposes. But I want to send it to the Steam Workshop, and I want people to play on it so that I can get a feel for how people like what I've done to the game. I need to hope that the squads I added will work. Fireteam Absorber. Oh, it still crashes. That's not great. I think that might have something to do with the fact that they're trying to access things that don't exist. So try this one more time. I'm gonna. Don't know if I should delete the formations or not, but maybe I should delete the formations. Delete all. Delete all. I'm gonna change this. Okay, now I'm gonna just slowly delete everything and see if that works. Just a test. Okay, let's save it now and we'll reopen it. If it crashes, if it doesn't, then it's good. I do really want to set up an auto turret thing. Basically, my idea for setting up an auto turret is to have an armor ability spawn in a biped, but the biped instantly dies and summons a character which is just the turret on its own, and it just goes because Halo 3 has auto turrets and they work, but Halo Reach's auto turrets don't work. They're cringe. They do nothing. They actually don't do anything, and that makes me sad. Reach auto turret. I even asked, and someone's like, it's deprecated. Okay, don't crash. Okay, it didn't crash. So it's probably because the squads were attempting to access things that they didn't have access to. So I could probably set them up now. I could probably copy paste them from another firefight map. I kind of wish Bungie had set up a demo firefight map or a test firefight map so that this would be a lot easier. Let's delete all and save. So there's nothing there. Required resources. Oh my god, there's so much stuff here. Oh, it's what firefight needs to run. Gotcha. Okay, we're fine. Now that I've gotten to the bottom of that, I think I might end stream here. Because your boy does need to go eat dinner shortly. So I'm gonna see if there's someone I want to raid. There's Rach online. Ari's online. Let's raid Rachel. Error 404 raid message not found. Here's your raid message. I am going to end YouTube stream because unfortunately, YouTube is not cool and we can't raid. So sorry, YouTube. I hope everyone on YouTube has a good day, night, whatever time it is, and I'll see everyone next time. As for Twitch, you guys, we are going to end here. I will see all of you on Sunday because Saturday I'm going to be hanging out with D and I won't be active. So I hope everyone has a good day. Now whatever time it is, /raid. Saru. Yeah, that's correct. I hope everyone has a good day, night, whatever